Welcome to another edition of Talking Models. Today's painting tutorial is going to be on Forbidden Zone's Curse of Frankenstein, sculpted by Yagher and a huge 1/6 scale. Let's take a look at this beautiful kit before we tell you what we did to bring this one to life. Kind of bring them over here. Take a look at this beautiful kit. You may remember that iconic scene when the monster picked up Dr. Frankenstein and put him in the chokehold. Just an amazing scene, and Jeff has captured that dynamic pose perfectly in this one. I'm going to kind of spin it around so you can take a look at it this way. Little side angle of the action here. You can see all the different bottles and beacons and everything that is included with this kit. Just simply a 100 out of 100. I'm going to kind of spin it around the back here. Nothing to see here, so we're going to keep moving. We'll go to the side. This will give you a better idea on the bottles. As you see that, I'll kind of bring it in the center here. Peekaboo. And you can see those bottles up on the top and the different beacons. Kind of spin them this way. And you can see that also. The nice side view of Peter Cushing in the air, in the stranglehold. Ted Nugent, baby. Gonna go back this way. Another view of the side of this, and actually this is the front, no, the side. And we'll go back to the front. And of course you can see the nameplate in the front. Simply says the Curse of Frankenstein. So I'm going to slide this honking kit back over here, and we're going to talk about what I did to bring this kit to life. Are you ready? Well, let's go. I started by priming the complete kit in Rust-Oleum Automotive Gray Primer. I decided to start with the base. There's just so much going on with the base, between the bottles, the beacons, the floor, the wall, the shelf. So I decided, you know what, let's get the big heavy hitter out of the way first. So I base coated the base using Apple Barrel Black. Now for the floor, I painted using Delta Serene Coat Charcoal. The brick wall was painted using Freak Flex Dried Blood Red. The cement sections on the wall were painted using Freak Flex Grave Parlor Gray. So at this point I came back in and added some more coloring to the bricks using Freak Flex Hammer, get it, Horror Red, and Freak Flex Autopsy Orange, just to give some balance, some orange, some red, and then the original color red, just to give the bricks different hues and different color choices. I then shaded the wall areas and the bricks using Garage US Transparent Raw Umber. That way I started building up the dirtiness of the wall, and just started adding some different filthiness, is another good word for that, to the wall. I then came back to the floor, and I highlighted the floor using Garage US Neutral Gray. And the cabinets, I wanted a little bit different of a gray hue, so I pulled out some Dead Guy Gray from Freak Flex and hit the cabinet with that. At this point I came back to the floor, and that was shaded using Freak Flex Black Tint. And the wall sections on the brick, I pulled out some Garage US Transparent Dark Brown. Again, dirtying up that wall that you see, the mortar, if you will, between the bricks. Now, the mortar, I decided I didn't want white. I didn't want something too stark. So I pulled out some Freak Flex Banshees Gray and just steadily and patiently painted in all the mortar lines on the brick wall. And again, you're going to, at this point, come back in with your washes, come back in with the transparents, come back in with the main colors, and it's the process of going back and forth until you get that wall and the floor just how you want it. Now on to the nameplate. I painted the background using Freak Flex Arterial Blue, and the lettering was done using Freak Flex Ilgot Green, and the outside of the nameplate was done using Hammer Horror Red Dry. I had seen a picture of the movie on Google, And I really liked the way the title of it was done. It had the greens, the blues, and I didn't want the blue to be too stark like an asphyxia blue or a pale blue, so arterial blue fit the program perfectly. And then that was what I did for that. Now, onto the bottles and the little beacon jars. Are you ready? Let's go. I tried out something I found on Amazon. They're watercolors by Kidorns. And I thought, you know what, for the price and the amount that I got, I'm going to give this thing a shot. And boy, I'm glad I did. I will put the link for those, Amazon link, in the description of the video. I prepared the bottles with a misting of Tester's dull coat. This is very important when you're dealing with clear resin and these bottles, if you will. That way it's got something for your transparency to adhere to. And then I added the colors to water in each bottle. That way you get more bang for your bucks. Instead of using the whole thing and filling the bottle, you put some water in it, watercolors, right? And that way it'll give you much more liquid and get the desired effect. So I used the following colors: royal blue, super red, grape violet, and fruit green. I then put the corks in the bottles and just kind of twirled the water about. And just to kind of give it fill evenly within the bottle and leave like a wet dripping color, and it worked out perfect. Now the other beacons and bottles, if you will, were misted with dull coat again, and then I used the following transparents to shade them, all from the Badger tint set. If you haven't checked out this set, do yourself a favor and get them. They work very well, and just another something more in your toolbox when you need to use some transparents. So I used the following colors: purple, blue, yellow, red, orange, and green. And you simply want to just kind of mist them. You have to build it up. You don't want to go too fast, or it'll just give it that blotchy look over the clear resin. And it's very important to do that. Just kind of slowly build up your colors. Be patient. The end result is well worth taking your time. And I was very happy with the casting on these bottles, and these jars were just flawless. Well done, Mike Allen over at Forbidden Zone. And I was very happy experimenting with those watercolors, and of course misting them with the transparents. Believe it or not, the base was done. On to Frankenstein's monster. I reprimed the body using Badger Stylorez Gray. I've been doing that lately. I like to just kind of add just another layer of protection for the paint, more bite for the buck. So it's originally primed with the Rust-Oleum, and then I come back in with the Badger Stylorez Gray, and now she's ready to roll. I painted the bandages using Freakflex Turned Ghost White, and the face using Model Colors Basic Skin Tone. I then highlighted the face using Model Colors Light Flesh, and shaded the face and mouth using Garage US Transparent Mars Red. You kind of want to just hit that around the cheeks area, below the eyes, some of the crevices, just to give it a different hue, if you will. Then for the bandages, I shaded that using Garage US Transparent Payne's Gray. Can't say enough about Payne's Gray. The nicest, easiest, and most beautiful way to shade white. Just is the boom. Payne's Gray, you get the boom. Body Bag Black was used for the hair and the eyebrows. That way I could paint them in and start getting my flesh tones matched up with the hair. The eyes and teeth were painted using Freakflex Banshee's Gray, and the dead eye was done using Garage US Pale Blue. Now the scars on his face were painted using Freakflex Pink Eye Burgundy. The lips were done pulling out the Model Colors Brown Rose. I can't say enough about that color for fingernails, lips, even below the lower eyelid area. It's a great color that I discovered, and I absolutely love it. The good eye was base coated using Freakflex Body Bake Black for the eye. And then I was ready to finish this monster off. Let's go. I added final highlights to the face using Model Colors Basic Skin Tone, and more colors to the scars using Freakflex Sunbird Red and Freakflex Ripper Red. I then shaded the scars and areas of the face with the transparent Mars Red. That way you get some realistic scars going, and really does a very good job. And then also highlighted the tips of the teeth using the Banshee Shadow Gray. And the staples were painted using Freakflex Silver Bullet. And the hands was basic skin tone in the same process of the face until I got what I was looking for. And Frankenstein was done. On to Peter Cushing, Dr. Frankenstein. Once again, the body of him was redone with the Styler Gray. And then I base coated the complete upper body using Delta Serene Coat Charcoal, and the pants using Freakflex Body Bag Black. The shirt was base coated using Freakflex Turn Ghost White, and then of course shaded using Transparent Payne's Gray. The pants were highlighted using Freakflex Nair Black. Just a beautiful way to accent black, is that Nair Black does what it says, it's Nair Black. And the shoes, the buttons, and the vest on good old Peter Cushing were painted using Anita's Metallic Black. Again, a great black hue, stark difference from the regular blacks, and dull coat down nicely, so you're not seeing that metallic shiny, but you're seeing a nice difference in a black hue. The jacket was highlighted using Garage US Neutral Gray, and then shaded using Transparent Black. Now his face, I base coated using the Model Colors Basic Skin Tone for both the hands and the face, and I then highlighted the face and hands using Garage US Garage Flesh, and shaded once again using the Transparent Mars Red. And then I added some pastels, some deepening of the shadows, and a process. Add your pastels, add your highlights back, do your shading, add that red below his eyes, cheek area, top of the forehead, just anywhere you want to give just that natural reddish hue that our skin has. I then painted in the eyes and teeth using the Freakflex Banshee Shadow Gray, and the hair and eyebrows using Mummified Brown from the Freakflex line. Body Bag Black was used for the eyes, and Freakflex Asphyxia Blue was used for the eye color. I then wanted another layer of brown to the hair and eyebrows, so I dry brushed some Freakflex Road Rash Brown for the hair, and it was turning out nicely. I came in then to finish this bad boy up, and I painted in the pupil using Body Bag Black, and of course more shading to the face and hands using the Transparent Mars Red. I wanted more highlights to the skin, so I pulled out the original color, the basic skin tone, and of course more shading with the Transparent Mars Red and pastels. Again, that process is a must, and you have to go through it to get the desired effect that you're looking for. At this point I wanted a little bit more of a brown hue to his hair, so I pulled out some Garage US Transparent Rich Brown, and I just kind of misted that over the hair. You may have to go back in and add a little more highlights with your dry brushing with your browns to get the desired effect that you're looking for. And once I had that all completed, believe it or not, the kit was done. And that's what I did to bring this beautiful kit to life. I was so happy to get this one when Charlie Norris put on the Forbidden Zone page interest on having this remolded, and he needed a certain commitment to get it done. Naturally, I pulled the trigger. So this beautiful kit is now in my collection, and I couldn't be happier. You're going to need some shelf space, but shelf space well deserved. So if you're interested in getting one of these, I'm going to put Charlie Norris's email in here right now, and I'm also going to put Mike Allen's email in here right now. And in the description of the video at the end, when you read down the body of the description, you will see a link to the Forbidden Zone Facebook page, and you can reach out in one of those 3 ways to get yourself one of these beautiful kits. Now if you haven't subscribed to Talking Models, why not? Now's your chance. Hit that subscribe button and you're part of the Talking Models family. I would greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate all my supporters, new subscribers, ones that have been with me since the beginning, ones that just want to talk about models, see painting tutorials, new kit releases, reviews. It's all here on Talking Models. Now if you know somebody's new in the hobby and beginning, let them know about the channel. There's tons of information for new model builders. Instead of getting that kit and open it up and go, what now? Now they can watch something like this, and just pull out some paints and get boom, and right, boom. So that's great things. In today's world of uncertainty, we have God, and we have this gift that He's given us to build and paint models. So that wraps up today's episode of the painting tutorial on the Curse of Frankenstein. And I hope you have a great week. I hope you guys are building models and staying safe. So enjoy the day. And as always, may the Lord bless your day.